My dear respected brothers, elders and sisters, Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this blessed opportunity to pray in His blessed house on this blessed day. And there can be nothing better than that. However, we are living in unique times, challenging times. We need to remind ourselves what our goal is in life and how we should go about in these challenging times. And a lot of people, they feel stress, anxiety and stress that what is happening. But those people who are aware with our deen and even the history of mankind, these tests and these situations come and they will go. And the way of the Prophet ﷺ is, he always gave hope. He always gave optimism, because in our deen especially, there is no place of hopelessness to give up and to be sad. Because the Prophet ﷺ said every situation for the Muslim is good. It doesn't matter what it is. So we have to be hopeful, we have to be happy. We have to learn how to make the most of these opportunities. And we have opportunities today in these situations as well. And the Prophet ﷺ, his order was, Bashiru, wala tunaffiru, wa yassiru, wala tu'assiru. Give good glad tidings, give happy news, give optimism. He gave direct orders to all his governors. Mu'adh bin Jabal, when you go to Yemen, what should you do? How be easy with the people. Give them good glad tidings and give them optimism. This is what our deen is about. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the most forgiving. But He puts us in these tests. وَجَعَلْنَا بَعْضَكُمْ لِبَعْضٍ فِتْنَةً. He goes, I will test you with one another. I will test you with good times, see what you do. I will test you with difficult times, what you do. These are tests, my brother, of different colors, of different shades, in different times. So what can we do? Very simply and very short. Number one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَقُلْتُ اسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ غَفَّارًا يُرْسِلِ السَّمَاءَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِدْرَارًا وَيُمْدِدْكُمْ بِأَمْوَالٍ وَبَنِينَ وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ جَنَّاتٍ وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ أَنْهَارًا. Number one is turn back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and repent and do istighfar. For all time we do not know what things we do wrong, what sins we commit. Sometimes it is in our conscience what we do, sometimes it is not in our conscience what we do. But this remedy of doing istighfar is a remedy which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves. And Nuh alayhi salam, he told his people, do istighfar, repent, go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what will Allah ta'ala do? يُرْسِلِ السَّمَاءَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِدْرَارًا. The situation is, you have droughts, you have famines, you have calamities, you have pandemics. Turn back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and do istighfar. يُرْسِلِ السَّمَاءَ عَلَيْكُمْ, and He will let the rivers flow. وَيُمْدِدْكُمْ بِأَمْوَالٍ وَبَنِينَ. He will increase your families in size. He will give you health. Your family size cannot increase without health. And He will give you lots of wealth. Number two, that we need to do tawbah and turn back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At all times, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves, inna Allah yuhibbu at-tawwabin. He loves the people who do tawbah. Number two, my brothers, is that increase of sadaqah, increase of charity. And the Prophet ﷺ, he told us Allah Ta'ala loves sadaqah. And sadaqah, giving charity, is a guaranteeing your life and your safety and your security. We do not put much emphasis on sadaqah. But the Prophet ﷺ, he told us in one hadith, that on the day of judgment, the person, the thing he will regret the most is not giving sadaqah and charity. Because he will realize the effects and the benefits of sadaqah outweigh everything else. And the Prophet ﷺ, one of the benefits of sadaqah is as-sadaqatu tudfi'u ghadab ar-rabb wa tadfa'u mitat as-su'. Please listen to this carefully. This is the word of Prophet ﷺ. تطفئ غضب الرب. It extinguishes the anger of your Lord. وتدفع ميتة السوء, and it will save you from a bad ending, like a drowning, or dying by fire, or sudden death. Sadaqah will save you. And number three, my brothers, for us individually and communities in general, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us to uphold justice. كونوا قوامين بالقسط شهداء لله. Because we give a lot of priority and time to other things, ibadah, we should. But we do not give priority and emphasis which is due to justice. Justice in ourselves, justice in our family, in our community, in our nation. We abuse justice. We take advantage of situations. And sometimes in name of traditions of community and my tribe and my family honor, we put justice aside. And my brothers, justice upholds the safety and security of this world. Inna Allah ya'muru bil adl. The first word, Inna Allah ya'muru bil adl. Allah orders you to do justice. And when you don't do justice, there's upheaval in this world. The whole system crashes. We don't do justice to our poor people. How many millions of people have no food in Yemen and many parts of the world, and we go to sleep with our stomachs full? We're not doing justice to ourselves. When we don't wake up for Fajr, pray in the morning, we don't do justice. We are rebelling against the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah says, Hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah. And we're sleeping nicely and calmly in our bed. That is not justice. We have to establish justice in our lives, my brother. If you want safety and security, maintain justice. But these are just a few points. And because we have shortage of time, we want to finish the salam on time. And we have a few announcements Brother Harun would like to make.
Brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah, we were here gathered praying Jummah. We were socially distanced and we're all going through this process that inshallah the things will come back to normal. But Alhamdulillah, we're here for the sake of Allah, and Allah protect and guide us all inshallah during this time. My dear respected brothers and sisters, the purpose for my being here is twofold. We talked about justice. And what is justice in life, and what is justice in the hereafter. Recently, in Mississauga, a Muslim brother, 62 years old, suffering from dementia, suffering from schizophrenia, a wellness check was called. He was going through a violent episode, and the police attended. Now, for us, we have very good relations with our police department. They're the ones, their job, like many first responders, is to run towards danger, while most people run away from it. That's their job, and that's a very great thing that they do. But in this case, an old man, mentally infirm, in distress, 9 policemen came, they hit him with rubber bullets, they tased him, he didn't go down, and they shot him to death. This disproportionate use of force is an injustice against this family, against this person, against all people. So it's a very difficult thing. But I would like to ask Brother Ejaz Chaudhry of the Coalition Against Bigotry to speak very briefly on this topic and what we can do as a community to rally for justice so that this kind of thing doesn't happen again, where a father or a loved one gets killed by police violence. And we've seen in the U.S. this George Floyd, of what happened to him, and the Black Lives Matter movement, and many movements, the Asian community being subjected to many things. There's a lot happening, and it's important that we utilize our voices to seek justice for all people, because if we don't seek justice for them, who will seek justice for us in our time of need? So, Brother Ejaz Chaudhry.
Thank you, Brother Harun. Imam, thank you very much. Jummah Mubarak. I asked Brother Harun, we've been doing a lot of justice here in the masjid, first masjid in DC. And when Brother Ejaz Chaudhry was murdered, I asked him that to do the first Jummah. After that, we can make dua for him and for Brother Kashif and other people who have died recently. Our coalition is doing a rally July 1st at the Independent Investigation Office in Surrey. This is the BC office that investigates police murder and violence. A similar event happened last year where another man from Burma was murdered by the RCMP in curriculum in his home, also struggling with mental health, similar to Brother Ejaz Chaudhry. His family had a rally outside the IIO office in Surrey in February before the COVID. And the answer to them was they don't even know the name of the police officer that killed their brother. So they're doing an investigation. So things have to change. We've seen pictures of Mona Wang in Kelowna that was also with mental health. So please come at 1 o'clock at Surrey Central to demand for change and inquiry into police murder. Things have to change. We're going to march to the RCMP headquarters in the Green Timbers after that and have a picnic afterwards because it is Canada Day, but we want to mark it in a way that is respectful of people who have died and suffered. So thank you very much. We make dua for people who have died of police violence, people who died because of COVID. And thank you for giving me this time.
Yeah, let's just go.
Yeah. Go ahead. He's taping.
So we're talking about justice for the
Yeah, I mean, in the largest scale of things, justice, maintaining justice, prevents in the system of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from pandemics and from other calamities. And I don't know, there's a special quotation from Winston Churchill when Britain was being attacked and people thought that Britain would lose to Nazi Germany. He said, our courts, are they not giving out justice? Are we not maintaining justice? Are we not being just in our system? If we are doing that, we don't have to worry even about calamities, about wars and that. So in the system of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it doesn't matter if it's Islam or non-Islam, Muslim or non-Muslim. Maintaining justice. Because Allah Ta'ala Himself is just. His system is just. Allah says, Inna Allah la yazlimu mithqala dharratin. Iota's work, He does not do injustice. And He wants us to be just. Kun qawwamina bil qist. Be the ones who stand up for justice. Walau ala anfusihim, even if it's against yourself. Like for example, this situation, your parents have been unjust, or somebody in your own family or tribe has been unjust. Be on the right side of justice. Do not be on the wrong side. So we have to stand up for justice. It doesn't matter what the color of the person is, what nationality they are, what they stand for. We have to be on the side of justice. And whoever is on the side of justice, he's on the right side. And history remembers him.
MashaAllah, it's wonderful, because we are at the Al Jamia Masjid. Is the first masjid in British Columbia, and this has been a place of justice. The fact that this masjid was open and built is a point of justice. And when the shooting happened in Quebec, when 6 people were murdered, praying, people came here asking for justice, for praying for justice. And the place was full, overflowing.
We even had similarly when the incident happened in New Zealand, well over 1,000 people. So people come.
Yeah.
I think one thing that we talked about, police, we've hosted the police board here. So the first time in a masjid. So we've had them here. We have very good things of dialogue. This is where it's really important for us to engage, right? Just as individuals, as community organizations, as faith organizations, just say something, right? Like if you're silent, you're complicit. It's so silence will not help in this matter. In fact, it'll only make it worse. So we have to vote with our feet. We have to vote with our tongue.
We live in a country which is mostly, strive for justice and vote for justice.
Yeah.
So we need to think of the system a little bit. Like if the police, they have never been questioned and they have never been accountable.
Right.
So either reduce their powers, especially in cases where there's a mental case, person, when he has some mental disorder.
Yeah.
The police have to react differently and don't use extreme force. That they're using extreme force in pace to where they don't need
It's disproportionate, of course. It actually boils down to training.
Yeah.
So, like in the Ejaz Chaundry matter, nine police, like for one person, it's just absurd. So this is a problem. This is a real problem. So when you have that kind of thing, it's there. But it also goes to the psychology of it. They're armed. They have tasers. They have this. They have all these arsenals at their disposal, and it affects you psychologically. So another thing is the training. They really have to understand training, the de-escalation, all of those things, because they're there to serve and protect, and ultimately they report to us, the people.
Now, Imam, you were talking about Black Lives Matter, and I think the awakening, there's been a global awakening after George Floyd happened and Rashad Brooks comes out, that people are demanding change. And also here we're seeing with Ejaz Chaudhry, with Mona Wing, we've seen happen, and things have happened before that have not been so public, such as Din, who was very similar to Ejaz Chaudhry. But so we have to inquire. The BC government has said they're going to make changes, but I think we need to have public involvement, right? Public involvement in changing what it's going to
And
look
this
like.
is where inquiries have to be put together, and we have a system. The system works if you let it. And
So
but
the
if you-
family
if
of
you're quiet-
Chantal Moore that was murdered, Indigenous woman, is calling for inquiry.
Yeah.
The Chaudhry family is asking for an inquiry.
Yeah.
So we must have an inquiry both across Canada and in British Columbia, so we can make police accountable.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So
Thank you.